Alright, here we go. This is my first stream on the new channel. I started streaming a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, uh, just to kind of test the water, see if I like it. Turns out I enjoy it. So I'm gonna continue doing it. I have some plans here. I want to talk about those and just continue to make this a good time. um, So I had the spreadsheet pulled up. It's kind of listing things that I've done or all the games that I've played, which turns out it's a lot. Um, and I think streaming is going to give me an avenue to kind of have a lot more fun with it in different ways, as well as hold myself accountable in some regards. But um, I think the biggest thing with this is that the responsibility um, is pretty low, and I'm in a time in my life where I've gotten rid of a lot of my high responsibility positions and roles, uh, and have opened myself up to just having a lot more free time. Uh, and now I kind of want to just do something better with it than kind of nothing. So it's kind of the background there. A little bit about me. Probably the easiest way to find me. Uh, well, I even included the E right there. Oh, nice. It's pretty far down there. I solve Rubik's Cubes pretty competitively. We can also pull up my other channel. Um, uh, on this channel, I've mostly done Rubik's Cube stuff. You can see that there's been a couple of video game videos here and there. I've decided I really kind of want to keep this more cubing based and probably not post really anymore. And that's okay. Um, but I just kind of want to start fresh, and that's why we have the new channel here. Uh, if you're curious about what I've done, I was sixth in the world in clock in one point. I and this is even better than that, and 600th now. So I love cubing. It's just I haven't been competitive in it for quite some time. I'm very competitive in nature, and I've kind of fallen out of love of it. Not saying I'm never gonna really go back and get intertwined with it. I'm still involved in a couple organizations, but I don't really have the capacity in my life to handle all of that right now. Um, so yeah, that's that. I've mostly done this with my life, but over the past few years, I've gotten into gaming. My when I met my wife, I told her I wasn't a gamer, and to be very clear, at that point, that was the amount of that was the amount of video games that I had kind of played up to that point. Besides like my childhood, I'm not gonna count my childhood. Um, there all my childhood games were sold away. I guess I'll go through all these games and talk about them and if I want to play them again or whatnot. But and I guess part of that I can talk about my childhood too. But this was I put this sheet together pretty recently because I realized I've done a lot. Um, if you read into this a little bit, a lot of these say 100% completion. I love doing that with a lot of games and just understanding games and getting really skilled at them and then moving on. But I've tried out speedrunning. I don't think I will ever go into speedrunning really long term. It's not doing the repetitive thing. Um, it's not for me. I kind of already did that with Rubik's cubes. If I'm being very honest, it's extremely repetitive, um, and In a similar vein, you can see here in Pokemon Legends ZA, I'm going for Shiny Dex. Probably the only time I will ever do that, unless it's fun in another game. It's pretty fun in Legends ZA, but I'm only 50% in, and it is something that I'm just kind of doing like while I'm watching a movie, and I don't really want to do it any other time. I probably won't be streaming this unless I get to the end of it, but I'll do updates and stuff. I was doing that before, and a little bit of Shiny Honey on stream. Not really the content that I want to put out though. Um, all right. I should have maybe written down kind of what I wanted to talk about, but that's okay. I'm just winging it. Let's see here. Let's talk about the video games that I played as a kid. I really loved, and it's on this list. One of the first games I played was actually the very first game I ever played was Pokemon Fire Red. I got Fire Red and Leaf Green for Christmas. I was young and fell in love with those games. Hundreds of hours probably. I have no idea, but it was fun. From there, I got a couple of Game Boy games. I really don't remember anything other than the Pokemon games. But there were plenty of just kind of one-off games. I never really completed any of these games. I never got Mewtwo in Fire Red, for instance. Um, and then we had a GameCube. I played Pokemon games on there. The Legend of Zelda games. Wind Waker is one of my favorite games. I want to return to that now that it's on the Switch with online play. I'll eventually do that. And then I love Twilight Princess. Uh, we had a Wii with a couple of games on there. I don't fully remember too much of that. And then we had a PlayStation 3. And from that, I remember there Uncharted and I'm sure Rock Band, Guitar Hero, that kind of stuff, right? And then in high school, I really kind of stopped playing video games altogether. And that's whenever I really started my Rubik's Cube journey. And uh, my mom and my parents actually got rid of my video games at that time because I told them to. So I can't really fault them. That was a pretty stupid decision on my part. I would have loved to have those games today, but it is what it is. In college, I picked up a DS and I got the Pokemon games that were out at the time. I completed them and I got into a little bit of competitive play with Omega Ruby. I built like 3 or 4 teams. I didn't really do a ranked ladder or I didn't do tournaments or anything at the time with the video game side of things. I was doing tournaments for the trading card game, which the Pokemon trading card game I will never ever go back to. As much as I loved the game and kind of the strategy behind it, what I found, especially directly comparing it with the cubing community, is everything in Pokemon was very secretive. And you get that because you're going head to head against people. Um, like you are battling them one on one. Whereas with cubing, you sit down, you solve your puzzle, and you're really kind of going against yourself with your own times. Um, and so because of that, a lot more of the information with cubing is widely accessible. You can find algorithm sheets everywhere, and that was really cool. However, with the Pokemon trading card game, a lot of it was very secretive. There was only really a handful of channels at the time that were putting out content on different decks, and like they weren't even like the meta decks, and like how to utilize those. Um, and then the other thing that I really hated about it was there's a few things. Uh, how the card's lifespan was on a cycle. What's that called? Not seasons, but like your sets are in season. there you can play with those sets, and then it goes on, and then eventually the older sets you're no longer allowed to play with, and so the what cards you're able to use kind of constantly rotates from year to year. And I did it for about 2 years, and I stopped. And I tried to go back into it at one point, and it just wasn't for me. Um, the final worst part is just the community was so bad, and like I look at it these days with all the scalpers, and it's I don't want to go back to it. If my children ever do it, that's great. I'll support them. I'll get into it with them. Same with anything that they decide to do, honestly. But as far as for me with what I would personally do, not something I'm going back to. But anyways, I completed Pokemon X and Omega Ruby. Didn't really do anything past a little bit of the post game in Pokemon X and Omega Ruby. I don't really know if there's a post game. I sorry. I did a lot of the like Mirage Islands recently with Omega Ruby. I probably listed it up here if I had to guess. No, I didn't. I'll talk what I was doing in Pokemon later, but sorry, I'll talk what I was recently doing with Pokemon a little bit later here. But and then I think what made Pokemon Omega Ruby feel kind of disingenuous was the wonder trading. I did a lot of the wonder trading. I started to collect a lot of Pokemon. And I'm like, oh, maybe I could get like a full Pokedex out of this. And I thought about it, and it just didn't appeal to me. Just wonder trading randomly to get random Pokemon. It even and then there was also like hacked Pokemon that I got, and it wasn't it wasn't fun. And I'm saying all this because it's really showed me how I developed on how I am currently playing games. The next one here was on the DS. It's Link to the Past, the Zelda game. I 100% in this game multiple times because I also tried to speedrun it, and I don't remember. Do you get multiple saves on that game? I don't know. I still have the DS, by the way. But I this is where I kind of really learned that I didn't like speedrunning. um, I was doing this, and then a couple of like I tried out speedrunning super hostile maps in Minecraft, and never really got very far with that either. So it's okay. I'm not too concerned about that. But Link to the Past, that was a great game. That was very fun. Um, the next games are kind of during the COVID era. So COVID hit, and with that, me and all my friends went online, right? And um, the Keep Talking Nobody Explodes is a game where like one person's looking at a bomb and other people are looking at a manual and to defuse it. That was a lot of fun. I didn't beat every level in it. I have a printed out binder with all the that's the PDF. Hello, my keyboard died. Can we unplug it? Fix it? Cool. Talking and nobody explodes. Uh, so the manual. Thank you. Oh my gosh, so many buttons. But this manual I have printed out, and I memorized a lot of it actually. I memorized this Apex. I memorized the knob. Um, that one's not something you need to memorize. Don't know about that. I think I might have. No. That's just you answer questions. Passwords I memorized. I was able to do that. I memorized some of the mazes that were a little bit easier. Definitely didn't do that one. I memorized complex wires at one point. I don't use this page. I use an actual table, and Morse code I didn't know. Memory I didn't know. Who's on first? I didn't. I knew half of Simon Says. I memorized half of Simon Says. Some of the buttons that were really easy, and that is it. So I had a lot of manual memorized. One of my good friends speed runs the game with the whole manual memorized, and that is truly insane. But yeah, I'd like to finish this at one day. But hello exclamation point. Are you not? Is my keyboard just not working? What's going on? There we go. Uh, with the COVID era also came Among Us. I would say I was good at the game. I watched a lot of live streams in the game. I got, I was in quite a few discords to just hop in a lobby and play with voice chat, and that was a lot of fun. And then I played a lot of Fall Guys. This was on the Steam version of Fall Guys though, and I had a tracker. It was so much fun. And I only played season one, and I had quite a number of wins under my belt for this. Where I would consider myself very, very good at the game. I memorized a lot of the maps and kind of the speedrun routes to go through those, and so much fun. Fall Guys was a pretty superb game there. Unfortunately, I just got busy with life after, so I didn't continue with the other seasons as much as I would have liked. Um, from here, I got a Switch, and the first game I got on the Switch was Let's Go Pikachu. Ta-da! I'll talk about Dominion instead. Dominion's a card game online. I have a lot of the actual sets at home, and then I started playing online, and so I stopped buying the sets and playing in person, and I only played online. This was a lot of fun. I mostly only played against the not robots, but non-players, what NPCs. I don't know. Um, I just mostly played it as single player. Um, I don't know. Com- sorry, I'm very competitive in nature, but I don't like going head to head against people. Um, and you'll notice that there's not really shooting games or like Fortnite or whatever on here. It's just not my cup of tea. The next game was a mobile game, Mario Kart Tour. Man, I love this game. I played it from launch until uh, basically when I consider them to have called it quits on the game, which is whenever they started the tour loop over and over again. I at one point got third in the world in one of the tours, and I'm very ecstatic about that. Um, I, it ate up a lot of my life, and especially whenever I met my wife, is whenever I really started to tone back the Mario Kart, and even then it was way too much. Um, I'll tell my little Mario Kart story here. So uh, with Mario Kart, I played it a little bit as a kid, right, with Double Dash and whatever was on the Wii, but I never really played it much beyond just playing, right? Like as very casually. Um, and I didn't play for years. And then at work, right after I started, um, they hosted a Mario Kart tournament. It was more of a game night situation, like video game night, and so I went. And they had the Mario Kart tournament. I'm like, yeah, I'll join in. It was just a bracket knockout where you go head to head with people, and I played Mario Kart and I won the tournament. I wish I had a webcam. At some point, I can show you the trophy. It's on the background behind me. Um, but that was really cool. And then immediately after that is whenever I got into Mario Kart Tour and just kind of popped off with it. Um, so that all great. Oh man. And this is when I would what pulled up here. This is when I had what's it called? I got my knack for something where I do this with a lot of video games now. Is I make a spreadsheet for it. Mario Kart didn't have just one spreadsheet. I don't remember which one was my third in the world. Mm, Dr. Mario. This is it. Which one do I want? This one. I bet this is my third in the world. I didn't fully make this spreadsheet. I did customize this with some features that I wanted, but the community really, really put this spreadsheet together. Was this my? This sounds right, though I'm not totally sure. But I, I got really no. There's no way with all these Fs. I bet it was 2022. I bet. Uh, but anyways, I really got into spreadsheets and making spreadsheets with my video games that I was playing. Um, and that's pretty much a constant theme with the games I play nowadays. So yeah, that's enough about Mario Kart. I'm never gonna play this game again. At least the mobile version. Never again. And sorry, I should explain this. With Mario Kart Tour, the goal wasn't to get first in the race. Of course, you wanted to do that, but that wasn't like the end all be all goal. You wanted to get points and doing tricks and combos and stuff. That's what I enjoyed about this Mario Kart and why I don't play any other Mario Karts. All right, then I got a Switch. Uh, with the Switch, the game that I watched so many people play this game, and not this one, but I watched so many people play this game, live stream it. It was Mario Maker. I loved it so much. I watched so many different people play, and just the creativity and levels. It was my go-to. I'm gonna watch this, right? And Mario Maker 2 came out, and I played it for like less than 30 minutes. Well, I bought the Switch specifically to play Mario Maker 2. That is usually whenever I buy a new console, it is because there is a specific game that has really spoken to me that would justify spending that kind of money, right? So eventually, I'm sure like there will be a Pokemon game on the Switch too. I'll be like, okay, it's time. Buy a Switch 2. But for the Switch one, it was Mario Maker 2. And as you can see here, it is a frustrating game for me. And I played less than 30 minutes, and I have never touched it again. I was not a game for me to play at all. Um, and that's okay. The other game I got at the time was Let's Go Pikachu. Um, I played this. It's the remake of my Generation One. The very I played Fire Red, so that was a remake in itself. But it was good vibes. I played Pokemon Go as well. You know what? That deserves to be on here, doesn't it? Does that doesn't do what I want it to do? What if we cut? No. We're adding we're ad libbing here. Go here. We're ad libbing this whole thing. Pokemon Go. Uh, this actually, dang it. Good, bueno. Pokemon Go came out around here. Let's say. Doesn't really matter. Mobile. Pokemon Go. I'm glad I'm done with Pokemon Go. Moved on. There's a specific reason that I will log into Pokemon Go, and I'll go over that later. But this was so much fun at launch. Just I was in college at the time. I'd go outside just for hours, walking around. The entire campus was playing. I met so many cool people with this. We did so much. It was so much fun. And then like a year later, it was not fun anymore. And I got back into it during COVID, right? Yeah, during COVID, I got back into it, and it felt more like a money pit than or really a time investment pit than anything else. I didn't like that stuff was unavailable now that we're in the future, which is the case in all Pokemon games, unfortunately. But yeah. I also had Pokemon Moon, and to wrap up the DS side, we're backtracking a little bit. Wrap up the DS. I got Pokemon Moon, and I hated it. I got to where they showed the first Ultra Beast, and I was like, you know what, this game, I gotta stop. I'm not enjoying this, and I stopped really paying attention to every new Pokemon game because of that. And it was just too handholdy, and we've all heard this about Pokemon Moon, or in the recent Pokemon games, but yeah, that's what stopped my DS era. It's not here; it's up further for a reason. I don't go over that. Where were we? Let's go Pikachu. I played this game. I ended up getting the full Pokedex from transferring some Pokemon from Pokemon Go that I had, like Almanite, Bellsprout, Ekans, those Pokemon that aren't in Pikachu and are in Eevee. I didn't have any friends with Let's Go Eevee. I might have, but we didn't trade or anything. Completed the Pokedex, and then that was kind of it for the game for me. Uh, and then I got Mario Odyssey. I 100% in Mario Odyssey, specifically with all the moons, all the purple coins, and I got all the outfits. Super Mario Odyssey was a lot of fun. I still enjoy watching people play this, like the hide and go seek mod that they have. Yeah, it's really entertaining, the movement with it. Um, and this was another time, much later on, whenever I wanted to revisit Odyssey, I decided, oh, I'm going to try speedrunning a different way. And I tried it to where I'm just timing me playing the game with splits, and then maybe I'll learn a speedrun strat or two. And then I didn't play it. I didn't even finish that speedrun, and I didn't pick up the game again. That's that. Um, I got Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Beat the game. I haven't gone for 100% in it, though I was trying to at some point. Um, this game's fun. I don't think I'll return to it. Link's Awakening, which is kinda a remake of Link to the Past. I remember not liking this game as much as Link to the Past, and thus I was very okay moving on from it. I have Animal Crossing. I played that for probably a year. Uh, I did day skips in this, where if something was time sensitive, I just changed my clock and moved on, right? Um, and played the stock market or whatever, and uh, yeah, it's a fun game. I don't think I'm gonna play it anymore. I'll play Pokepedia when it comes out. It's supposed to be like Animal Crossing, but whatever. We have the portals here. The two portal games. I played these as a kid and then revisited them as an adult. They're fine. I don't really have much to say about those. Hogwarts Legacy was a really fun game, and then I tried to 100% it, and it was extremely repetitive. Uh, so I moved on. But that was a lot of fun. And I'm sure if I returned to the game, I would go, this is not any amount of fun whatsoever. So uh, that's how I feel about that. Pico Park, I got all levels in Pico Park. I do have Pico Park 2, but I'm only 20% complete with that. I'm not going to play this on stream probably. This is just a game that I play with friends. There's a couple other games in here um, that are I picked up during this time, but we can go over those later. Pokemon Rescue Team was a game that I played as a kid. I loved, and then as an adult, I tried to at least complete everything. I don't think I got past the main story as a kid, so that was a lot of fun. I think I am literally just missing um, a completion for, is it Celebi? Maybe Jirachi? Uh, Purity Forest, maybe. I'm not gonna look it up. But and I have a few of the. I don't know if I went for the shinies in this game or not. And I have a spreadsheet for this game. 2 seconds. Let me see if I can find that. Because I'll link it if so. Pokemon. Can I search rescue? Jacoby's PMD. Oh, cool. Yeah. So here's this game. Can you load, please? Thank you. That didn't load. Ah, we're on a different account, are we? No. Can I try reloading? It's weird. The images showed up earlier. Alright, whatever. It looks like I got... Did I? Huh. I don't know the current state of this game for me. It's interesting. I'm not too sure how the spreadsheet is set up to work. But anyways, I played this game for quite a bit. At least to the point that really close to 100% that I felt. I don't think I got a living dex in it, but we'll move on. Tears of the Kingdom. Why is this before Breath of the Wild? Breath of the Wild's all the way up here. Huh. Um, that's fair. Okay, so I got Breath of the Wild whenever the Switch came out too, and I played it. I didn't 100% it. I just played it, had a lot of fun, moved on, right? And later I went back and 100% it. But for Tears of the Kingdom, I feel like this has to be off. It might be. I don't know. Timeline's a little funky. I like to say I made this sheet post completing these games. Like I didn't make it as I went, so the timeline's a little weird. Anyways, Tears of the Kingdom. I 100% this game in like 2 weeks, minus the armors. Or sorry, the armor upgrades. I had all the armors, and then I just did the armor upgrades as it happened. I still have my copy of Tears of the Kingdom unupgraded, so I can dupe items still, which is it's funny at this point. But I this was a lot of fun. Eventually, I'll want to replay it without duping items, but duping was just so easy in the game, you had to do it. From there, I tried to do the Kaizo Ironmon challenge, and I did that for quite a bit. My PB was NDE4, I think the first member, maybe the second member. Um, that was a lot of fun. I might try to return to this at some point. I have other projects that are specifically Pokemon projects that I want to stream first, so this would be a much further down thing that I do. Next up, we have the Mario Party. Yeah, these two Mario Parties. There's a third one too. Yeah. But we have these two Mario Parties. I've unlocked the things that I believe are in these games, and I didn't do any achievement hunting or anything in them. These are more just casual games. Super Mario Sunshine. This was a game that I played as a kid. I loved. Um, when the collection came out, for the Switch, I got all three. I've only played Sunshine, so I still have Galaxy. I still have Super Mario 64, and I haven't played them yet. So those are gonna be games that I want to play in the future here. But I love Sunshine. I 100% in this game as an adult, and it was very nostalgic for me. Yeah. Next up, we have Legends Arceus, which is, huh. I have more hours in Legends ZA now, but I think Legends Arceus is my favorite Pokemon game of all time. It was just it felt so good to play. um, And I can say that about Legends EA too. Legends EA just feels good to play. I went back to Violet a few nights ago because I need to complete that game, and it is such a slow gameplay comparatively. But anyways, I loved Arceus. I didn't have a living dex originally. I went all the way up, got all the Pokedex, got Arceus right, and from there, let's see. I I was like, oh, a living dex is too boring because I have the completed Pokedex. I'm gonna go for a living Alpha Dex, and then I never finished it. So I have 75 completion on a living Alpha Dex. I will probably return to this, but it's gonna be at a much later point. I really do want to return to Legends Arceus. I keep alluding to this. I might as well just talk about it. Recently, I started to have a goal with Pokemon. I want to get a full living dex in Pokemon Home. I'm at 61 right now. I've gotten all the Pokemon that I can feasibly get out of my Wonder Trades. Um, Pokemon X, Pokemon Omega Ruby. I haven't transferred anything from Go. I did do Let's Go Pikachu. I got all the Pokemon, all the 150 plus Meltan and Melmetal, which are technically Pokemon Go. But all of those Pokemon, that living dex came from Let's Go Pikachu. So I did complete a living dex in this game, but I transferred it out. Uh, the two of the here I can open it up here. Two of the biggest things that I really want to do with this is have um, my hello, thank you. So like I have a bunch of Pokemon that I'm not the original trainer of, and I these are mostly from Wonder Trades, right? I used to have a lot more. I've rectified that, but that's one of my goals with this is I want to be the original trainer on a lot of these, and this is a living form dex, so all the forms like female forms, which I wasn't originally doing. Uh, I added this in pretty recently, so I'm missing most of them for Gen 1, but I'll pick them up in some game. That's really what I'm doing here, and so I returned to Legends Arceus to fill out all the holes that I was missing from this game because I really just wanted to catch Pokemon in this game. uh, Anyways, eventually I'm gonna want to return to this game and do a whole nother playthrough of it. That way I can get Pokemon like the multiple Shaman or Darkrai and Arceus, obviously, though I can get Arceus from uh, Shining Pearl. And yeah, that's the plan with Legends Arceus. I'm gonna return to that here streaming at some point. Next up is Legends of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. I was really excited for this game because I did love Link to the Past so much. I thought it was like gonna kind of be like that. You're just Zelda instead. I completed it. I didn't 100% it, and I don't think I will. I'm very happy leaving this game as is. The next game is whenever I really started to get into Pal World, and I played Pal World for a long time, and basically from whenever the beta dropped until they released the first update is when I played Pal World, and it's fun. I did level 50. I optimized my base, my farms. I was very optimized in that game. Um, Living Dex, I had that. This is going to be a game that I want to return to at some point. I don't know when I want to return to it. It's a game that I can get lost many hours into, and I definitely can't do it while playing other survival craft like games, which I have one that I'm going to play on stream, or really return to on stream. Did this break? No. Okay. Um, I played Storyteller. This was a game that I played. It's a single player game, but I played it with my wife. We completed the game. We got a little bit through the post game. It's mostly a puzzle game. It was a lot of fun. I don't know if I get bored one day, maybe I'll retry it. But I don't fully remember many parts of the game. Super Mario uh, Wonder. Yeah, that sounds right. I 100% in this game. I 100% it to my knowledge at the time. I beat this game pretty fast, and then I also, since there's a co-op in this game, not only did I 100% it, I was also playing it with my wife as a co-op game, and just going at her speed instead of my speed, right? I was doing those both at the same time, and that was pretty fun. Um, and yeah, I don't think I'll return to this game, but it was a ton of fun. Jedi Fallen Order. I This was a great game. I 100%ed it. I also bought Fallen Order. No, that was Fallen Order. I also bought Survivor and learned that you cannot play this game on the Steam Deck. And um, to my surprise, however, and my computer from the time was a 2014 computer, so it had significantly less processing power than the Steam Deck, so I knew that that wouldn't be able to play it either. Um, I do have a new computer now, so I'm able to do a lot more things. And yeah, this will be a game that I play on streams at some point. It'll be fun. Um, Here I have Breath of the Wild. I played this game originally. I don't know if I 100%ed it. I did stuff like I got all the Koroks originally when I originally played. I remember that being a big thing, but I don't know how much I actually 100%ed all the things that are here. However, I returned to the game at this point because I was looking at my games and I was like, you know what? That sounds like fun. That sounds like what I want to do. And then I learned, oh, there's also a DLC in this game. Might as well 100% that too. And so I downloaded that, 100% of it. Um, and yeah, this was a great game. At some point, I'd like to do Master Mode 100%. However, I really only want to do that if I can also do Tears of the Kingdom Master Mode, and that's never going to happen. So, because they're probably never going to release Master Mode. I would like to make sure that I am still streaming. Yeah, I'm live. Cool. Cool, cool. Um, let's see here. Let's get this back up. That was Tears of the, or sorry, Breath of the Wild. The next thing that I played was Pokemon Run and Bun, which is a ROM hack for Pokemon Emerald, and it's like the famous hardest Nuzlocke, right? I have like 3 attempts in the game if you don't count resetting for the starter or your first 6 Pokemon. I did reset a bunch for that for my third attempt. But my second attempt made it to Seafloor Cavern, which is, I believe, right before the 8th gym, or right after the 8th gym. I think it was before. And man, this was so much fun. If you noticed, I had um, nope, getting mixed up. Oh my gosh, getting mixed up here. I had a couple of videos here for Run and Bun, um, explaining kind of the important fights that were here in the game, and yeah, I've moved on, especially after I was going through it again, so close to when I lost. I don't know. I just needed a break from it, so I moved on. This is gonna be after I build my home living decks. The next kind of Pokemon challenge that I'm gonna do is returning to Run and Bun and having fun with it. Um, the next game is Balatro. Uh, uh, I played Balatro. I 100%ed Balatro. I've got Nanif in Balatro. Um, and I love this game. It's a ton of fun. I don't know if I'm going to play it on stream. I probably will. There's a challenge that my best friend is doing, where you try to get the least amount of losses in the game. So you try to get a high win percent. I'd love to do it all in one attempt, right? But that's a challenge that I'd like to take on at some point. So if I do come back to Balatro, that will be what I do. The next game that I got severely into is Minecraft. Um, we have a server for the Southeast Cubing community, and I was heavily involved in it until this summer, and it's so cool. I'm not going to talk too much about Minecraft because lo and behold, we're moving into in progress. This will be one of the games that I return to. I'll talk about my stream schedule in a little bit, but this will be a game that I'm going to stream probably starting next week. It might be a little bit longer. We'll see. But I this is a game I love. I needed a break. I took a break in June or July. It was July. I played these other games. I played Blueprints from like uh, August and I think just August. Let's see, it's November, maybe a little bit in September, and then I started the Pokemon games. Anyways, like to say, I'll talk about Minecraft on stream whenever I'm playing Minecraft. I don't particularly want to go into too much because I'll do a server tour, uh, see what I've missed these past 5 months, and it'll be good. Blueprints. This is an amazing game. I 100% of this game. I believe this is. Don't read this if you don't want spoilers. It's a game that is. If you're gonna play it, you don't want to spoil anything. You don't want to look stuff up, and I really like that about it. And then I 100%ed it. I did look some stuff up during that 100%, but is what it is. Uh, I'd love to return to this game, but I know I will never have the same experience with it. So, yeah, I'd love to play games like Blueprints on stream. I would have loved to play Blueprints on stream, but I wasn't there yet. Um, if I do return to it, one thing I could do is trying to accomplish all dares in dare mode. I don't know if I'll do that or not, but that's an option. Um, After Blueprints, yep, after Blueprints, I started my Pokemon home journey. As we can see here that I have Pokemon X again. So I was doing a Professor Oak challenge way back in the day, and I had like 100 something Pokemon before Gym 2 and or before Gym 3, whatever. And I took it. I said I'm not doing Professor Oak's challenge anymore. Don't want to do it. And I finished the game and I caught everything and transferred it to home. Um, and then I caught everything and transferred it to home in Omega Ruby. Moved on. I did Pokemon Moon. I still find this game very frustrating, but I did a casual playthrough of it, and then I caught everything in the game. And I didn't transfer it originally to home. I kept it for a little bit, and then let's see, did I actually? I caught most things. I'll say that. And then I played Ultra Sun. This was a new game that I bought specifically for my Pokemon Home journey, and I bought this game solely because I knew that the wormholes would give me a lot of the legendaries that I was missing, which turns out I probably wasn't missing. But this also like kind of if you pair Moon and Ultra Sun, this gets you a lot of the. I think it got me all of. Um, if we look at here, I can filter, clear to what I don't have, and the generations, or what I don't have and generations. Perfect. If we scroll down to Gen 7, whatever. Gen 7. Uh, and we filter out zeros. That's what we want to do. I'm only missing these Pokemon, which is pretty cool. It's Mythicals, uh, Naganadel, which I will get in my Sword game. Stakataka, I don't know where I'm gonna get that. Pokeball Magearna is an event Pokemon. Dusk Lycanroc, which I'll get in Violet, and Zeraora, which is a mythical that we're gonna get in Legends ZA at some point, anyways. So, um, pairing those games, I got all of it right. I got everything that wasn't an event, minus Naganadel. Um, and I had fun with it. I basically rushed through the game, not caring about the story at all because it's the exact same as Pokemon Moon. So I didn't pay a lick of attention to it, and I just played the game, and it was a lot more fun that way. um, Speaking of that, I am not looking forward to Pokemon Sword. I played. I didn't even get to the first gym in this game. Woo! All right. So that is everything that I have done, and I talked about if I'm going to revisit it or not from this section. For the things that I am currently doing, I play Mario Party Jamboree probably weekly with my wife, and uh, in order to play that game more and more, uh, she has let me do achievement hunting while we play together, but I'm not like aggressively attacking it and trying to get it done as quickly as possible. It's just something that I do whenever we play the game. And that's kept me really interested in the Mario Party aspect of it. I'm about 80% through the achievements, or sorry, we're about 83%. Fun fact, I think she has more on her account than I do, um, because there are specific ones that I need that I know that we know that she got. Um, so yeah, I'm in progress on this. This is not a game that I will stream, but who knows what will happen with it. Pokemon Home, my journey with that. That's gonna be kind of a very long-term goal of completing that. Of course, I have a few more games to do with doing that. Cookie Clicker. I played Cookie Clicker. It was actually around my Run and Bun, the end of Run and Bun, before Balatro, and it really kind of overlapped with these two games and Minecraft. Uh, but I played Cookie Clicker. I have 98% achievements. The only ones I'm missing are 27,000 golden cookie clicks, which I am currently at, I think, 9K. Oh, sorry, I need a drink. I'm only at 9K. And the others, if I open the game up in July next year, I and click a few buttons, voila, I get all the other achievements. So I'm not going to. The way you can speed that up is speedrunning the garden in that game over and over again. I'm not going to do that. I just don't care to actively play this game anymore. It was fun. It was a very interesting game to 100%. Um, but I'll have it open on the side sometimes to get the golden cookie clicks, and I don't know if I'll reach 27,000. But it's on my radar. I play Helldivers 2 weekly at this point. I Whenever an update drops, I might play more. I might play on stream if an update drops. It's a live service game, so it gets updates uh, kind of often. Not too often anymore. I've maxed out pretty much a lot of things in this game. I have all the stratagems that I care about. I have all the war bonds I care about. I have literally everything. I'm not going to stream this game with this is what I do Tuesday nights, so I probably won't be streaming Tuesdays. But this is the game I play with my brother-in-law and a couple of friends, and it's a lot of fun. It's the first ever shooting game that I've ever played. If you don't count Uncharted, which in that realm of things I don't, because like when I first started playing, what's an SMG? Those were the kind of game or questions I was asking. Like I didn't understand or comprehend those type of things. Um, so yeah, it's fun. I still enjoy the game. This game forced my hand in upgrading my computer because it got to where I'd hop on Tuesday nights, have 5 frames, and really I was just there to hang out and not so much play the game. And then I when I was visiting my brother-in-law, I played on one of his computers, and it was a 30 frame game, and I'm like, oh, I used to love this game. In fact, I still love this game. I'd like to play it, and so I invested in a new PC. All right, Minecraft. Already talked about that. Let's talk about Violet first. In this is gonna be the first Pokemon game. It's gonna be the first Pokemon game that I'm gonna be here on stream playing. Really, I've completed the game. I'm in the post game now. I'm gonna complete the post game, complete the DLC, and do all living decks, as well as getting all the Pokemon that I need for home from that game. So those are the things I'm gonna do. Uh, it's not my favorite game, especially when I returned to it. It was just so slow. It looks terrible, but I, I do love Pokemon, and I want to learn about the Pokemon in. I learned about Sun and Moon and this generation that I had a lack of knowledge in. I learned about that, so I also am going to play Sword, learn about that at some point, and Violet. Um, and it's fascinating the stuff that's in the game, but I don't know. I just before I think I got stuck at like the the last the fighting star boss. I got stuck there for some reason, and then I just stopped playing. And I don't really know why. I recently returned, beat the E4, and then Legends Z8 came out. Like I think it came out. Oh no, I didn't actually get to play Violet. I played a tiny bit of Violet. I uh, I don't remember when I did this. I beat the Elite Four, but then when Legends ZA came out, I was definitely doing the Ultra Sun wormholes still. So I don't really know when I played this. But yeah, this is gonna be the first Pokemon game I do on Pokemon Nights. Um, and yeah, uh, the game that I've been playing a lot of recently, 200 hours of, is Pokemon Legends ZA. I have 100% completion. I have a full living dex. I have a full alpha living dex. And I have about 50% of a shiny dex in that game. And I don't know if I'm going to finish this, but it'll be something that I give updates on. You can see it here. I have more than this now. Don't. I'll probably update this tomorrow on stream with the ones that I have caught. But I don't know. It's so repetitive. I love doing it AFK or when I'm watching a movie or something. It's just something extra I can do and not really have to pay attention. So, uh, but the updates, like the status updates for it, I will probably do on stream. And we'll see where I go with that. So that's also in progress. Um, those things I have in progress. Really only going to stream Minecraft and Pokemon Violet out of this. Now let's look at what's upcoming. Oh, there's one more thing that's upcoming that's not even listed here because I haven't bought the game. Uh, I'm also going to start a brand new playthrough. I've never played this game before. It's the Hollow Knight and Hollow Knight Silk Song. I'll be playing both of those on stream and 100%ing those. I have literally zero information about the games other than it's a fun 100%. So I'm gonna give that a try. Let's see. In the Pokemon world, after I do Violet, I'm gonna play through Shining Pearl, get um, get the Pokemon I need for Home in it, and probably do a Living Dex so that I can get the reward in Pokemon Home for having all the Pokemon from Pearl, Diamond Pearl, or BDSP. There we go. And yeah, I'll do that. I don't. I think I got to like Gem 4 in this game. Um, I don't particularly like this game. um, Pokemon Diamond on the DS was the last Pokemon game I played as a kid. So, fun fact: I've never played Gen 5 on a physical device. I've only ever played it with emulators, and usually as a ROM hack. So, yeah, I played Drayano's ROM hacks, which I didn't list any of those, but I quite honestly don't remember them too much. But I would have played them around the before the COVID time, I think, is when I was doing that. Anyways, that's Shining Pearl. I'll return to it next after Violet. After that, I'll move on to Pokemon Sword. Again, I don't like this game, so I will just try to blaze through it and get the Pokemon I need out of it. Maybe I'll do a Living Dex. I really don't know. I'm just going to try to make it fast, easy, smooth, and get out of there so I can go do something else. Another game I want to play is Mario 64. I I've never played it, and it's old, but I want to play it. I'm gonna 100% it at some point. I am losing my voice already. How long have I been live? It can't be that long. 61 minutes. I lost my voice after an hour. Wow. Okay. Let's see here. I have Skyrim on this list. I have played through like 50% of Skyrim, if I had to say, like through the main story, and I've done a bunch of the like not necessarily side quests. Well, I did do a lot of those, but like the other storylines that are in the game, like the war, the Civil War or whatever, and the it's not Blood Moon, it's not Blood Bandits. I don't know what they are. Blood something. I did I those type of like series of quests. I completed all of those. I don't know if I'll play this again. It, I don't know, and I'm gonna leave it at that. It's up in the air for me. I have it on the list in case I ever do want to play it. But up next, Super Mario Galaxy. Again, I've never played this before. It doesn't look fun to me, but I do have it, and I want to give it a fair shot before judging it. So I'll probably do that on stream. Pico Park 2, not going to do this on stream unless some miracle, but we'll figure that out. Jedi Survivor, that'll be on stream. Uh, Terraria, I own. I don't know if I'm gonna like this game. I've played a little bit of it. Um, but yeah, I'd rather play Minecraft. Is every time I go to play Terraria, I'm like, I'd rather play Minecraft, and so I just don't play Terraria. I have Pokemon Heart Gold on the DS. Man, I really don't know if I'll return to this game or not. It's probably one of my favorite games ever, like Pokemon games, um, from the classic generation. And yeah, it's on the list. I have it. I don't know what I want to do with it. I have all these other games. I'm not going to go through here and talk about them. I don't like these games too much. I have them. I don't know if I'll play them ever, but I have them. Um, that's everything here. Cool. Let's talk about my tentative stream schedule. Why not? Um, if we look here, I've kind of laid out a tentative schedule. And now this is I'll just start on Monday. Monday I plan to do Pokemon. Tuesday is a Helldivers night. I won't be streaming that night probably. Um, Wednesday I'll do Fibercraft. Thursday I'll play Pokemon. Friday is going to be a day that I'm going to play whatever I am really into, and that changes quite often. So right now I am really into Legend ZA, but that might change, right? Um, Saturday I'm going to start on new games that I pick up. Um, so these are going to be uh, less long-term projects and more of playthroughs, right? So Saturday I'm going to start Hollow Knight, and then once I finish Hollow Knight, we'll figure out something else. Sunday is going to be another one of the days of just whatever I'm feeling for that day. And this is kind of the loose tentative schedule for this. I don't promise to stream every night. That's not the goal here. I want to enjoy this and share my experience and just really grow. I want to grow as a not necessarily the channel, though that would be nice. I want to grow as a person from streaming. Um, and if I got something that night, I got something that night. I'm not gonna stream, but tentative plan is just to do it as I can. Um, what do I have in the Pokemon world? What did I list here? I do have here's a more fine tune. I talked through this up until here. Uh, this is kind of going to be the Pokemon journey where I'm going to play through Violet. Um, I figured once I finish Violet, we'll be at the new year. Don't know about that, you know. This is just here as a reminder, really. I'll probably get to Shining Pearl before the new year if I had to guess. But I can't add the new entries until the new year, so gotta wait on that. Plus, there's going to be the DLC that comes out. And honestly, my entire box, all 32 boxes in this game are pretty full. So that's going to be interesting when the DLC comes out, what I'm going to do, but I'll figure it out. And of course, Pearl, uh, a second playthrough of Arceus, Sword, a second playthrough of ZA I'll have to do for the Galarian Slowpoke as well as another Zygarde. Uh, Finish up my home living decks, and then at some point I want to play Emerald. I'll probably do this on my phone with my son, uh, if I had to guess. But I want to have a serious playthrough of Emerald plus post game, the whole Battle Frontier, getting all the Pokemon. I want to do it in Emerald. And then figure out how to fill in the gaps maybe or the trade evos. I don't know. I'll figure it out. And Heart Gold. I I'm not doing that. That's going there. All right. Uh, and then I know that the GameCube Pokemon games are coming to Nintendo Switch Online thing. Um, and I'm gonna play those on stream at some point. I don't think I'll be able to put Pokemon in home from them, but I mean these are fun. There are Pokemon I cannot get in Pokemon Home without Pokemon Go. And that's going to be one of the things with this Pokemon Home challenge that I want is to not have anything from Go. I'm going to have some things from Go. I have it written here, can't get on the Switch. I have 4 Deoxyses. We can ignore that. I have them all. have all. That was recent. They did the Deoxys raids, and so I joined and I did those in Pokemon Go. I haven't transferred them over yet, but I have a few Deoxys to fill that gap. Um, I have a Victinian Go that I'll transfer over. I now have a Genesect in Go. That was another recent raid that I was on the lookout for. Diancie's a question mark. Look at that. We have this. This is Pokemon Legends ZA. Look at that. The Pokeball form Vivian. That's going to be an event at some point. Hoopa's going to be ZA as well. I don't think Volcarona's on the list. I don't know where I'm going to get Volcarona from. Magearna. That's interesting. What I want to do is go back. Yeah, Magearna, you got through that. I have Magearna. There's a way to get Marshadow and Zeraora through like some shady Wi-Fi DS connectivity that I might do. Yeah, I don't know about these. I haven't looked too into them, and I'll have to trade for these and breed if I can for it to get the original trainer to be mine. Anyways, that's the plan with Pokemon. Yeah. Let's see. I've talked all I want to talk about upcoming stream plans and stuff. Um, what else can I talk about? That is, I got through all the talking points that I wanted. That was a lot of talking too, dang. Let's, let's see what's going on in Legends ZA for a little bit. I just gotta plug this in and pull up the Switch. Ta-da! We have failed our shiny hunt here by sitting on the bench. Would you look at that? Alright. Right here, let's get some settings. So I started. Why do we not have? There we go. I started this shiny hunt right before I started streaming, so there's probably not a lot. I don't know what this monkey is. It's not. Got the Absol. The real reason that I'm shiny hunting right here is for these Flabebe over here. This is the best place to get yellow Flabebe because there's 3 of them. And I think I'm close enough. I didn't get the sound. Oh well. Yeah, I must have gotten on the bench early probably. And then we can check over here. Oh, there's a shiny. There's a Dratini that's supposed to be here. And it's not. That's interesting. Huh. There's maybe they're caught, and I guess that was Trubbish that sounded, or was it the Fletchling? I don't need these legendaries, or sorry, legendaries. I don't need. There's 2 shiny Trubbish. I don't need these, but why not? Just so that they don't fill up the cap and knock something else out. Cool. So I can show off what I got going on in ZA. Here's my living dex. These are all the Pokemon in the game. Here's my alpha dex of all the Pokemon in the game. You can see the alphas here, right? And then here's my shiny dex. Yeah, we're missing like a lot of Flabebes. Yeah, I'm about 50% through, especially if we count these up. Let's go ahead and start sorting through. I don't have a lot of space, so we also have. Here's the rest of the living dex. It's missing. Sorry, Xerneas goes in that bottom right corner. Yveltal in the top left. Diancie in that second spot there, and then the Galarian Slowpokes. As well as there's supposed to be another Zygarde. I kind of ran out of room. I have a few of the forms here. All the different Punkaboos, all the Furfurus, and then females of V6 Pokemon. I really just did that to kind of fill up the extra space. And then everything here but the Heracross and Pikachu are kind of like extreme noticeable differences in them, and but I got Pikachu because like it's Pikachu. I mean, you got it. And then Heracross was just the next female version that I really thought of. Here are my alpha and shiny extras. I don't know about these Pumpkaboo. I think this one is actually an extra large alpha. It's huge, right? I'm pretty sure this is the one. You do not look like the one. I take it back. I know where it is. This is the extra large alpha. This thing is huge. Yeah. So, anyways, I don't know what forms I have for the alphas, but I just keep throwing them in here whenever I get it. Got all the alpha Furfurus and the alpha female forms, and then I've started on the shiny female forms, a couple of Furfuru, including this one. Here are a bunch of the mons that I've been using for ranked. This top row here is what my team right now is. And then this is just specifically Dragonite. This is kind of my go-to Pokemon with this game. And then we have a couple of the shinies of the starters, and Umbreon, who's my favorite Pokemon, who I've also... Change moves. Sorry, he's supposed to have Taunt. I've been using Taunt on him for a lot of things, and then you can get Crunch back. Sure, and then I don't know, man. Curse, you can set up, sure. Perfect, wonderful. Sorry, I've been using him to taunt for overloading spawns, glitch, and then the Diancie and Yveltal I'm using in ranked, but I'm just trying to get them to level 100. Why not? And then I have a few others here that I've been using in ranked. Here's some mons that I can do for ranked, but haven't yet. Just keeping them around just in case. I have a shiny Haunter to trade into a shiny Gengar at some point. And then here's all the shinies that I don't need and are... I'm going to release them. Yeah, we're going to release those here soon. Have a couple of Fletchling here. These are the new shinies, so we're going to go through these really fast. And get a list of what I don't want. Yeah, none of those Fletchling are worth keeping. Let's see here. These Trubbish are not worth keeping. Kangaskhan is new. Diggersby, Alpha Diggersby with 4.5. Perfect. Yeah, you can get replaced. We'll go add him to the release pile. I got 2 Carbink. Really quick, that Diggersby was from Area 20, and then Fletchling was the other spot. Then whatever, Kangaskhan, I got, this was my most recent hunt where I was going 19 for Cleffa. Yeah, I was going for Cleffa. Got the Kangaskhan though, which you can get in a couple of places. Let's see here. I got 2 Carbink from... hang on. I got 2 Carbink. We'll keep this one. From... benching at Wild Zone 9. I think it's the benches right here. That looks right. Probably right there. There we go. Dragonair, as well as Molga, Flabebe. Those I got shiny hunting, or sorry, I got from overloading this Dratini and then benching right here. This also gets the Molga, the orange Flabebe, this Fletchling, and a bunch of Bellsprout. I think those are the only ones that that one gets. And then let's take the Vanillite with us. That I got from doing fast traveling to 7 during the day for the other Hippowdon I need. And yeah, let's go sort those guys really fast. I'm gonna open up my spreadsheet so I can do it as we go. Alright, Kangaskhan. Or mark them off as I go. He's in this one, right? Yep, bottom left. Carbink. Right there. We got Dragonair, which... I also have Dratini. There we go. I'm gonna just put them both in, since I haven't gotten them before. I got both of these from the same spot. That's a lie. I only got the Dragonair from the Overload. The Dratini is the one I just said of where I was. I guess he would be here. From where I was benching for the yellow Flabebe. We can put those in. Where is the Dragonite line? There. Perfect. This Dragonair is an alpha. I'm gonna keep it as an alpha for right now. Not for any specific reason other than maybe I can get the Dragonite from Wild Zone 20 if I'm lucky. Dratini. Cool. Next up is Emolga, which I think I already have marked off. Yeah, let's just go see if he wants to be traded out. Probably not. This Emolga is just all around decent. I got this one from the Dratini spot. I thought I already had one. Are there 2 here? No. Where's Emolga? Right there. Yeah, there he is. That Emolga is way better, so we'll just release this one. Flabebe, orange Flabebe. It needs to be a Floette, so let's give it way too many candies. Get it going on a sugar high or something, and evolve. And then Vanillite. I believe I need to evolve you into a Vanillux, which is 47? That's not enough for level, or the second, or first stage. Okay. 49. Hey, is that the number I called? I think it is. Alright. This will finish up the Vanillix line. Aha! I believe I got that one correct. Cool. I got these Abras, specifically shiny hunting, pretty close to here. Benching at this bench right here, and there's a couple of Abra right here, and was able to get both of them. Funny enough, those were the only two shinies from that hunt. I did not get a single one in Wild Zone 8. We want to evolve one of these. Which one do we want to evolve? No good special attack. Sure. Excuse me. Evolve. Alright. Fennekin, I shiny hunted Fennekin for right here. Benching right here for the only Fennekin that's right here. I benched for this forever and ever and ever. And I finally got one. I showed it in stream a few nights ago. And a fun fact, I went back there. Oh, I'm gonna keep this one a Fennekin probably. I went back there, did maybe 30 minutes of benching, and got a second one. It was the only shiny I got at that time. Oh, of course I can't. So, you know, I'm very happy to get it. It's just, I wasn't expecting it. Sure. Dragalge. Yep. Right here, next to the Malamar. This is from Wild Zone 20. We have an Alpha Vivian. Hang on, Dragalge. There we go. The Vivian is an Alpha, and that's from Wild Zone 20 from the 6 Alphas there. I got Tepig, who I'm gonna leave a Tepig. I'm gonna leave a Tepig for right now. I might evolve it later. I've been evolving. Like, I have the Feraligatr. I've been evolving the starters. Let's go see what they look like. I have been hunting the fire starters quite a bit in 20. So I was pretty happy to get him. His snout is pink, huh? Let's I got a present for you, buddy. Now I know you don't know what this is yet, but that's okay, and you can't use it yet. We're gonna evolve him, see what he looks like. Oh, it turns to purple. Alright, Pig Knight, what you got? Oh, he's tiny. Alright, and then, let's go Emboar. blue? Oh, I didn't know that. It's blue. So they're all different colors. What? Did I just get a shiny? Hang on. I don't think that was the Emboar, was it? Let's see. Like I say, I've been doing the Wild Zone 20 Fire Starter hunt for a while now, with the 7 spawns there, as well as 4 overloading one of the waters into 4 and one of the grasses into 3. No. Yes, there he is. It's an alpha. That's exciting. Hey. In the ball. No. Oh. Are you still ticked? I don't have a good Pokemon for you. I just need to get in the ball. That wasn't it, buddy. I'm gonna be a Dragonite. Save. I know I have the save, but just in case. Can I get him yet? Yeah. My dude. My dude. Aw. Please target him? What's going on here? Okay. That took so much time that I lost the Trampa that was there. Cool. We'll go over that later. For now, we got the blue Emboar. We'll get in. Mega Evolve. Ooh. You know, I like this a lot better than the regular version, I must say. Wow, it is really blue. That's cool. Matches my hair. Look at that. I'm now going to have to wait for this timer to go down. It's fine. You can put your chat on stream like that. Really? Oh, no, that's windowizing it. Hang on. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Sorry, I just learned that about OBS. Cool. You done yet, Emboar? Thank you. That is Emboar. So welcome to the club. A new Esper. Don't need that one. A new Heracross. I believe I have both Heracross. 1 and 2. Don't need Heracross. And I have all the Scyther I need. So, adios. Now, for the Furfuru, I'm going to replace the one that's here because this one is alpha. And we'll add this one to our this page right here, and eventually turn these guys into the different forms. I'm not gonna bother with that right now. Oh boy. I think all of you are being transferred. Especially a 00 IV Magikarp. Look at that. You might be better. Though I might have an alpha. Oh no, you definitely better. Alright. The Malamar. We can go compare these two. The old one is that. The new one is that. I'm going to replace. And then the female Hippowdon is over here. This one is kind of no bueno. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna transfer all of those. I have some of the monkeys. And then, I stopped going over where I got all these guys from. Let's see. Pretty sure oh, I can look at it right here. These three I got from the Firestarter hunt. Magikarp I got from hunting Staryu in Wild Zone 2, because I don't have a Staryu yet for some reason. And then, let's see, the Lucario here, that's from the Firestarter hunt. Where does Lucario go? It's gotta be earlier, right? There he is. Lucario. And I got 4 Hippowdon before anything else in the Firestarter area, which is kind of ridiculous. We got the Alpha Machamp from Wild Zone 20. Pretty happy about that. That concludes our Machoke line. We have Absol from the bench we were just looking at, who also just goes in this box. And then Chandelure. This one is an alpha from Wild Zone 20 from doing that hunt. I don't think I have Litwick yet. Where do you go, friend? Right here. Ooh, I still need to do the fossils. And then we have these guys. I need to evolve the water one really quick. For Simipour. And these three, I got this Pampor from the overloading spawns at the Hotel ZA, or Hotel Z. Oh, that's more purple, isn't it? Or is it just dark blue? Huh. Interesting. And then the other 2 monkeys there I got from shiny hunting the Flabebe. Let's see, you go here. And then we also got those. On this page is the fire one. And on this page is the grass one. Cool. That's the hard part, depending on what you call this. But, goodbye. Farewell. Yeah, these are rare Pokemon. Oh. These are less rare Pokemon in general. Yeah. Oh, I'm very sure. And then we got these. Before I did this, I asked if anybody on Austin John's Discord if they wanted it. That's typically where I've been hanging out. Nobody piped up with anything, and you know, I want to encourage other people to do their own original trainers as well. So, there we go. I have plenty of boxes to have extra space for now. Cool. I think that's all I'm going to do tonight. I didn't really want to play ZA. Oh yeah, I do need a 13, don't I? Well, I'll be back tomorrow night, probably with a longer stream. I don't know if it'll be ZA or um, it's gonna be whatever I feel. It's probably gonna be Pokemon Violet or Hollow Knight. We'll see. We'll see. It's very up in the air for tomorrow, but yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please, I hope you stay tuned for what in the future is to come, and thanks for watching my first stream.